Hello world! My name is Jenny and welcome to the newest episode of Jen's Poketalk. In every main series game, the player will always have at least 3 Pokemon to choose from, and they tend to be either a grass, fire, or water starter Pokemon, or also known as a first partner Pokemon. Today, I will be talking about one interesting fact that I learned about each of these 30 starter Pokemon. Unfortunately, we're not going to include Pikachu or Eevee in this video, so don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's begin! Out of all the starter Pokemon, Bulbasaur is the only grass and poison type available to new trainers in the Kanto region. Besides being a gift Pokemon in Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, Charmander can be found on 3 different locations in the wild as a rare spawn: Route 3, Route 4, and Rock Tunnel. Ash's Squirtle is the only one of his Pokemon that was the leader of a group of abandoned starter Pokemon, the Squirtle Squad, who later became a firefighting squad. Chikorita was unable to learn Fairy-type moves until Pokemon Legends ZA came out with Mega Meganium. Cyndaquil is the only fire starter that has a regional variant form, after evolving into Typhlosion in Pokemon Legends Arceus. Totodile's first evolution, Croconaw, is the only starter Pokemon to evolve at level 30 into Feraligatr. Treecko is the only grass starter Pokemon with the height of 1 foot and 8 inches. Torchic is the only fire starter beginner Pokemon with a male and female appearance. A male Torchic has a black spot on its bottom, and a female Torchic doesn't. Mudkip is the only starter Pokemon found in Torchlit Labyrinth Cavern in the Blueberry Academy's coastal biome. Turtwig is the only grass starter Pokemon that evolves at level 18. Chimchar is the only non-shiny fire starter Pokemon that you can catch during a request in Legends Arceus. Piplup is the only starter Pokemon whose final evolved form is a water and steel type. Despite not being a poison type, Snivy can learn Gastro Acid and Coil while leveling up as of Generation 9. Tepig can learn 2 Rock-type moves while leveling up, Rollout and Head Smash as of Scarlet, Violet, and Legends ZA. Oshawott is the only water starter Pokemon that has a special item called a Scalchop that is always seen carrying on and off the battlefield. Chespin is the only grass starter Pokemon found in the Chargestone Cavern in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet's DLC. Fennekin is the only starter with a final evolution that gains the fire and psychic type. Froakie is the only one of Ash's Pokemon to take on his appearance as Ash Greninja in the Pokemon anime. Rowlet is normally a grass and flying type like Dartrix, but it gains the Grass and Ghost type as normal Decidueye and the Grass and Fighting type as Hisuian Decidueye. Litten was one of the first of Ash's Pokemon to actually have their mentor figure pass on in the anime. Poplio was originally the only starter Pokemon that can learn Fairy-type moves before Chikorita in Pokemon Legends ZA. Grookey can use the stick on its leaf-like fur tuft to make music and also revive withered plants, flowers, and even other grass-type Pokemon. Despite not being a fighting type, Scorbunny can learn Double Kick and Counter while leveling up. Sobble is the first starter Pokemon able to become invisible due to its camouflaging abilities. Sprigatito is the only starter Pokemon, besides its evolved forms, known to learn U-turn while leveling up. Fuecoco is the first starter Pokemon that can sing without learning the move Sing itself. Quaxly is the only water starter Pokemon that has the water and fighting type after evolving into Quaquaval. Brout is the first bird-like grass starter that is not a flying type. Pombon shares its species name, the puppy Pokemon, with 5 different Pokemon: Growlithe, Lillipup, Rockruff, Yamper, and Fidough. And Gekwa is the first Pokemon to have the species name, the Water Gecko Pokemon. And that's one fact about every starter so far in the franchise. If there was a specific fact that you didn't hear or see in this video, let me know in the comments below. My next future video will be about my Pokemon Game Boy experience with Pokemon Leaf Green. So make sure you're subscribed. So until the next video, see ya!